Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dad and Andrew's Garage.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our channel.
Hello. Today we have something a little different for you. The car is in great shape. It's a Hot Wheels 68 Chevy Nova. It's one of the cars that Hot Wheels has been doing up in the Gulf Racing Team livery. What we want to do to this is experiment a little. We may want to cut the hood a little bit and have one of the engines popping out the top, kind of like the Impala in the background, and give it some new tires and probably a couple of other little facelifts to make it look a lot more like the fun classic Hot Wheel. What do you think, son?
The reason he's got it is because, I used to have it, but, it didn't really belong, so I gave it to him.
That's right. So I got one of the cars that Andrew discarded, and we're going to see if we can turn it into something neat. So we'll get it up on the turntable and see what we're looking at. And here we are, folks, up on the turntable. So actually, as you can see, it's a really nice casting. It's got a great stance on it. Hopefully we can keep that going. Like I say, just a pretty generic Gulf Racing Team paint job. So we're going to see if we can give this car just a little more character. What do you think, son?
It's only 99% good because, bent axle on the back.
Well, yes, there is a little bit of an axle issue. But we're going to try and make it look even better. What do you say we get working on it?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay, so here's the car. I've already drilled the posts and tapped them as well, so I can accept the screws. So here we have a body. Once again, great condition. Nice windshield, also good. It'll make these parts easy. A nice interior, and I'm going to see what we can do with that, depending on the colors of the car. And we'll take this chassis, or bottom part, and we'll save it for later. As you can see, 68 Nova. All right. So what I'm going to try and do is perhaps use the motor from this fella here, and maybe we can have that coming out the top here. And I'm just going to see, this is a purely experimental, if I can work this chassis or this bottom, this die-cast bottom, onto the bottom of this car. It's going to take some grinding and stuff. Looks like this was a 69 Chevelle, so trying to put a Chevelle bottom on a Nova top may prove difficult. This was a color changer car with a plastic top that, once again, my son had left outside, and it pretty much was wrecked, but I don't like to throw everything away, so I kept the bottom. So with these bits and pieces, we'll see if we can put something together that will resemble a pretty half-decent old Hot Wheel. All right, folks, just taking a little break now. I've been grinding and cutting here. I've had to extend the back of this a little bit because the body is a little bigger than the actual base. So I've had to do some grinding and cutting. So hopefully I can fit the base here onto the actual body of the car. And this is what I'm trying to look for. It doesn't look too bad. We'll have to do some filler maybe, but we'll have some leg pipes and hopefully make it look, like I say, a little beefier. And we got a lot of work to do, so we'll carry on. All right, well, it worked out very good. We managed to make one piece out of the two pieces we cut apart, and that allows this chassis to fit onto the body very well. As you can sort of see here, the fit isn't too bad. The fit looks pretty half decent. So now all we gotta do is a little bit of fill-ins here for the front around the headlights, and in the rear here to see if we can do something to make that a little tighter. Ultimately, though, I think it looks pretty half decent at this point. So we'll probably get this to the stripper, and we'll also work on getting these wheels sorted out, getting a nice stance for the vehicle. So stay tuned. So we've been doing a bit of work on the chassis here. We've grooved the channel out so it would fit the axle tube in the rear. And also, what we've had to do was drill a small channel in the front of the vehicle here for the other axle tube. Reason because this is a lot better placement with regards to the wheel wells on the actual body. So now that this is done, we'll glue those in. And now, time to get our body here into the stripper. And we'll get this sorted out and move on to the next phase. Whoop, there we go. Oh, look a little chilly today, so, there we are. Right on. All right, let's let that do its stuff. I'll get the brush and make sure this is well coated, even on the bottom. And then we'll let her do its stuff and keep on going. Well, that didn't take too long at all. It all came off. Seems to be like in one big sheet here. Must be mostly decal, probably. So yeah, this worked great. We will strip this up, clean it, and do the rest of the work we need to make sure this car looks like the custom that we're thinking of. All right. Well, here we are. That's great. Look out. Let's move along. All right, everyone. Well, we've been busy at work here, making a hole in the hood of the body, and also giving it a bit of a buff and polish so we can eventually get it to paint. We may have to fill in a few gaps. We've also placed in the axle tubes here on the base, on the chassis. So this will work well, giving that a bit of a polish, and when it marries up, it's not too bad. So, yeah, we're just going to have to do some filling in the gaps. We're going to try a little bit of putty, see if we can fill in the hole under here and here. Hopefully, that's the way it'll go. So stay tuned, and we'll see how we can get it done. Okay, folks. Well, it looks like we're ready to paint. We've filled in the sides and made the front a little longer. Plus, we've also fixed up the rear of this, giving it a little bit more body line. So yeah, we're going to hit it up with some primer and see how it goes. Okay, well, we got the wheels in, and what we've done is we've put grinded a couple of small grooves here into the axle tube, and put some crazy glue in order to place the wheels. And what we've used for the wheels is this here stick pins. Cut them to length, and yeah, it makes a nice rolling wheel. We've also done the same to the rear, as you can sort of see here. Right? We've done the same in there. You can see we sort of also drilled or grinded a little bit into the axle tubes and put some crazy glue on. So now we have a nice little car, and she rolls okay. Fix up that wheel. But yeah, now we'll be able to work on the body in the paint shop. Okay, well, we have a nice maroon color down here, and we're going to put a racing stripe on it. And right now we're in the masking process. So we'll shoot some paint on this to see if we can get a half-decent racing stripe. Probably kind of a lime green or something. That was Andrew's choice. All right, well, we have managed to get a nice pearl white paint on the interior here. We found a nice little engine that we've affixed to the interior as well. It fits perfectly right here, which will work with the hole in the top of the body. We're just going to need to add a little more chrome on the engine here. And we have also worked on the windshield, which is really nice. We dipped that into floor wax, and it's very clear. So we're just going to let that dry off. And we should be about ready to put this thing together. All right, folks, and just for comparison purposes, here's what the car used to look like before we got at it. As you can see, I've already been doing some modifications to it, and Andrew had already taken the base and tires and was starting to rework it for one of his projects.
Yeah, I did.
So, yep, we're going to let you see now what the new car looks like. Hopefully, it's better than what we started with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the new car.
Me too. Let's get ready for the reveal.
Let's do.
And here we are, folks. The brand new Chevy Nova, 1968 Hot Wheels Chevy Nova. Custom made from the old Chevelle chassis and some bits and pieces from other cars. I think an M1 motor and the wheels from Andrew's old Lightning McQueen. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Looks like a gasser.
It sure does, doesn't it? I like the way all the pieces came together to make a really neat looking car. Love that interior, and I certainly like that bold racing stripe. You chose that color, didn't you?
Yep.
That's right. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
All right. Well, folks, I guess with all the different pieces, we have a bit of a Franken Nova here, but it certainly is one of those Hot Wheels that I would certainly have bought if I was a child. All right, well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you liked the car. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel so, and hope everybody's staying safe out there. Join us next time for our next build. I hope we'll try and get something special as well on the slab for the next time.
Like and subscribe.
Take care, everyone.